Guys, what's going on? Tyzilla83 here. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the video. If you would, at the end, like, comment, share the content you're watching. I'd really appreciate that. And, of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap that subscribe button down below. So after all these years of being a gamer, I finally got to go to my very first gaming event, and this was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was the Gaming XPO in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a lot of fun. Got to meet some really cool and interesting people. Even the wee happy few people were there. How cool is that? Didn't expect, I expected to see VR, but holy cow, was there a lot of VR. VR was most certainly center stage at this event. They should have called it the Expo VR Expo event in Tulsa. That's what they should have called it. Regardless, had a lot of fun, and again, I got to meet some really interesting people. Even got to sit in on a panel. Deadpool Plays, if you know who he is, he's a partnered Twitch streamer. I actually got to talk to him real briefly after he was done, and got to sit through the last half hour of his panel, which was really cool. And again, got to talk to him for a few, maybe like 30 seconds. But it seems like a really nice guy, and that's really cool. It's really neat to see someone, even though I don't stream like I used to, it's really cool to see someone who's been successful at it and listen to them and the things that they had to say, which was, again, really neat. But I didn't get to try any VR, anything like that. Kind of disappointing. Everyone had a line, and then when the line shortened, I would have had an opportunity. I was too busy talking to developers, indie developers, talking to VR developers, people who've worked on PlayStation VR, people who've worked on the Oculus Rift content. They all had really nice things to say about one another, not just out of just because. I mean, they really think that the other, is doing really good work. I talked to a guy who's worked on both sides and no longer does. He's done with his project. He's moved on to something else, but said he has nothing but respect for these guys working on VR and all these developers and content creators working on, or game creators, developers, all the content that they're working on these systems, he said, are going to be fabulous. And VR is not going to be a thing like 3D TV where it's here today, gone tomorrow. And in fact, this individual's moved on to another VR project. So PlayStation VR definitely seemed like where everyone wants to wind up, which is really interesting. I'm going to say that that's probably because they expect the VR to sell better. I did have two people in particular say that the hardware is not far behind. It's not as far behind in terms of what it can do and the experience you can have. That PlayStation is going to suffer from certain things a little bit here and there, but is not far behind the Oculus Rift in terms of what they offer in their experience. And that PlayStation has done a great job in tackling what needs to be kind of tweaked and fixed, and to make their VR experience a one-of-a-kind experience. We happy few, I know that's something a lot of people want me to talk about. I did get a chance to talk to a couple of guys from their team. I'll just say this. I asked about the PS4 port, and I kind of got the same answer, which was not really an answer, which was yes, we would love to go to the PS4. The more and more I know there's articles out there saying that it's a possibility, never say never, this and that, but it really sounds like talking to these guys that a port isn't impossible to the PlayStation 4. It just doesn't seem likely right now or anytime soon after the game launches, but it could eventually down the line get ported to the PlayStation 4. Yep, it was fun meeting those guys. Those guys are really cool. So, all right, that's it. That's it. I'll show you guys. I'm going to apologize for the video footage that you're about to see. I'm not a vlogger. I'm sorry. And I wasn't really sure when I was filming that at the time, I really didn't think any of that would actually be used in a video. For me, it was just stuff to remind me, like the things that I saw and the things I wanted to talk about and what have you. So I apologize for that. Yeah. So, all right. You guys try like hell to be kind to one another. Until the next video. Peace. before I go, I just want to give a final shout out to some more people that I met at the Tulsa Gaming Expo. The fine folks from PrettyAwesomeGamers.com. Now, what they are, what they do is they're a nonprofit organization that awards chronically and terminally ill children with full expenses paid trips to Comic-Con and comic conventions, gaming conventions nationwide. So if you're curious about what they do, I'm going to leave you a link down below in the description box. You can hit them up. You can donate. You can buy their T-shirts. You can even become a featured streamer. So if you're curious about any of that, hit them up and let them know Tyzilla sent you.